washing off carrots for Grace. She won't let them get very big, as you can tell. Let me see that one. This one was a good one. You can see it. She's ate half of it already. We planted carrots last fall. I think it was around Labor Day weekend. And let me tell you, those have been the best carrots we've been pulling out and munching on when we're down here. And the kids come down to this spring house and wash them off. Oh no. Okay, set that on that rock and we'll get rid of it. We're down here washing carrots and I'm going to start some dill today. Erin went to go get some hay to lay on the bed so we can get those covered. I'm also going to try to plant out all of the rest of our kale and spring crops. So that's exciting. I think I've showed you this little spring house before, but in case you haven't seen it, here's a little up close view of it. This was here when we bought the property. This was the original spring here that they would have used water really for their home. It feeds into this creek that goes into the pond, which then overflows into our big creek. And it is just surrounded by elderberry, which is just amazing that this just grows wild here. I'm so excited. Hopefully this year we'll get a good harvest. Oh no, that one broke. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that one and propagate it and root it and make more elderberries. All right, let's go this way back up to the garden. Coffee in one hand, seeds, elderberry plant. Yeah, that seems about right. Come on, Gracie, we're gonna go plant this still. So I will root this elderberry and I'll show you how I do it. I would normally like to do this in the fall, maybe more late summer to plant in the fall, let's just say. But since this one was broken and laying down on the ground, I'm not about to let good elderberry go to waste. I could probably get 10 plants off of this one. And last year, I made a lot of money selling them. I just rooted them in the water, stuck them in water till the roots formed, and then put them in some good dirt, and they did awesome. So I'll do that again and I'll show you the process of it. Let's go stick it down on the creek in the water so it doesn't dry out and die, and then we'll get planting. Stick it right in the creek like this. It'll be all right. Hopefully you guys don't step on it.
I already stepped on it.
Yeah, don't step on it, please. We don't want it to die. All right, let's go. Apparently, dill can tolerate frost, and I must have read that wrong. I'm thinking they weren't, but they are. I should have planted this like a while ago. Oh well, better late than never, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so dill can go 2 to 4 inches apart, and last year I did it like 2 inches apart, and they were awesome little dill plants. So we'll do these really close together. What do you think, Grace?
I want to plant them.
You do?
Yeah. Well, I all this carrot.
You did?
Yeah.
I'm only gonna do a couple rows, so that will be 10 feet of dill. That's a lot of dill. This dill grew really well last year, and we got so much off of it that I think, and that was for the market, and we're not doing the market, so. You know what? Just kidding. I think I'm gonna do a third row. I love growing herbs. Like, you hear people talking about how much they love to grow tomatoes or weird different squashes and all these things. Like, they've got their like signature plant that they talk about all the time. I would have to say mine is herbs, and They add so much flavor to things. They're versatile, so you could cook them with meat, you can cook them with your vegetables, you can throw them in with fruits, in a salad. They are antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial. But I always feel like herbs are one of those things, like if you're on a budget, you don't buy. Like, you don't have to have it necessarily. When we were really when we didn't have a garden and I was having to buy a lot of our produce, I didn't buy herbs. Organic herbs especially were so expensive that I couldn't justify paying $3 to $5 for half an ounce. So when we started homesteading and gardening, I was like, oh no, I'm going big with the herbs. And that's why with growing at the farmer's market, that's what I wanted to focus on, because nobody did it, even the farmers around here. Oh, well, honey, it's attached. It doesn't come off. They didn't grow herbs, and people would come and be like, you have cilantro, you have dill, this is awesome. I want to buy all these tomatoes and all these cucumbers, but I don't have the things that go with it. So, yeah. There you go. You're going to see me grow a lot of herbs around here. So I have cilantro and dill in this bed. I went ahead and did three rows of dill, because if you're gonna grow cucumbers to pickle, well, why not grow your dill? And there is nothing, I'm gonna tell you this right now. There is nothing like fresh dill. Oh man, the way it smells, the way it feels, the way it tastes, there's just nothing like it. Same with cilantro. If you're gonna grow tomatoes and make salsa, grow cilantro. If you're gonna grow tomatoes and make spaghetti sauce, grow basil. Do the extra step and grow these herbs. You will not regret it. And the great thing is you can put them in a flower bed if you don't have a lot of space. And like, basil grows so well next to tomatoes. So I want to encourage you. Grow the herbs. You will not regret it. Next, I'm going to do parsley. My parsley is looking a little special in these paper pots. These paper pots, I like the concept and I like the idea. They just dry out really quickly, and I find that the paper absorbs the water almost before the plant can. So I don't know if I'm 100% sold on it. This one died from it not getting enough water, even though I'm out here every single day watering and soaking these. So I don't know. There's that. Parsley is another really good, really easy herb to grow. It tolerates the cold. I was picking it out of the snow last year. It can come back every year in my zone. I'm zone 6B, 7, 6, 7, kind of there in the middle on the border. And I was harvesting it in the snow after, major freezes. And it was doing awesome. This is just a giant leaf parsley. I grew the exact same one last year. It was so good, so fragrant, so tender, cooked well in our sauce and soups. That's another one. Go ahead and grow it. It takes a while to germinate, so if you don't have the space to germinate your own seeds, this is one you could buy at a nursery in 1 or 2 plants. I mean, they grow like crazy. So this is a great one to consider for your herb garden as well. I plant this one about 6 to 8 inches apart because they do bush out and they do need a little bit of room to spread their roots. And I think normally you can just put these pots right in the ground and the newspaper is supposed to deteriorate, but I think I'm gonna get rid of it because it just sucks up so much moisture and I don't want to take a chance. Don't get me wrong, these are paper pots are great alternative if you can't afford to buy seed starting trays, or if you need to invest your money into another part of your homestead or garden. If you're trying to be, you know, eco-friendly, or you can't source pots, these are a great option. They're better than nothing, and they do work. Soil blocker is another great way to start your seeds. That is a $30 investment, and you can make thousands of little blocks to start your trays. But I'll tell you another little trick. If you don't mind using plastic, go to your local Home Depot. They have a little stand usually out front of the nursery where they put all of their used pots. And I have gotten tons of really good quality pots from there. So, or talk to your local nursery. I guarantee they have extra ones laying around. That's another really good option for sourcing supplies to start your plants in. So I'm laying out my herbs. I actually grew these rosemary from seed. I started them last year, and I've got more in the greenhouse I might plant up by the house. And I've got this oregano I started from seed last year that survived through the winter. Same with the thyme and the chives over there. So I'm just laying them out, trying to decide where I like it, because once it's in, they're going to be in. But I just can't help myself. I can't kill a plant. Like, I have 5 trays over here full of plants. And I just don't have the heart to throw them in the compost pile. So I'm going to be like, hey friends, do you want a kale plant? Do you want a cabbage? Do you want a collard? Someone let these live.